considering her age. She's
When I
20.
when I
She
first when
played.
first en-
She
go.
played for 2 million this year.
When I first entered Tallahassee, she had a very heavy contract. I had to amnesty.
Okay, makes sense because she was on. She got 9 million last year. So
And she was like
uh,
9, 10 and a half, 11, 12. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So she played for 2 million for the Voodoo this year.
And
And then
she's a big
she's
also. Has a
yeah,
pretty
she's
good
6'11",
her
197 pounds.
yeah, her defensive rating looks pretty good.
Oh, the
Very
next
nice,
one.
Very low offensive rating though.
very low offensive rating. We're doing this kind of slowly all the way through the stats, kind of going through them all
Yeah.
before we go.
Also gives me some time to actually go and finish getting the rest of the list. Because yeah, there are a lot of players that were missed on the list.
Well, yeah, the entire 2014 draft class,
Yeah,
and
you
that
can
was a
see all the
pretty
people
good
down
sized
here.
draft class.
All these people down here. Well, some of these are all the ones I haven't gotten all the ones out here that are duplicates, but yeah, all of these.
Wow.
Holy shit!
There's a lot though, like I'm seeing as I'm going through them, like looking for their draft years and whatnot, there's a lot of them that should probably just be getting retired. They're like old Buckhopper players from the early 2000s.
Yeah. Well,
And
when
they're
we've been
old
running
and
into
Buck's
them,
not
we've been
here
sort of turning
anymore,
them
but
down or dropping them down. It's like, okay, dropping
yeah.
them down categories.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I mean they're old Buckhopper characters. Buck's not around anymore. Like so I mean the characters aren't gonna last long anyway. But a lot of them could probably be retired and make space for a lot of these young guns coming in.
At the same time, I think you will want to keep them around at least to see if someone desperate or some last minute pickups get on.
Right.
And if no one really picks them up on all the season, then you can retire them.
Yeah. Yeah, if they spend 1 year in free agency or whatever, then yeah, they should be
Yeah,
retired.
because there are a lot of people, there are a lot of pickups that happen in the middle of the season, and you don't really know.
Yep. The next one on the list is kind of an interesting guy. Had him I've
Let's
experienced him on Winnipeg.
let's wait for Meg to catch up with us though
Yeah.
before we continue on.
Yep.
Well, if you want, we'll give you since Harloot, we'll give you your own card, so you can start putting your
Okay.
picks over on the this column over on the AV column. Or
Let me.
I'll give Mika pass plus because of the defense.
Yeah, I would say she's a pass plus or maybe a wait, how does it go again? It's fight,
it's if you look at
grab,
the guide
kill.
tab on the bottom, Fight is a phenomenal player. Someone people should be fighting for. So over 10.
Okay, so
Grab is someone that should be either starter or backup. Definitely, it would be a shame if they are not picked up.
I would almost give Mika actually like a fill minus maybe. If
Well, like I
I
said, you have your
were
own
to do
column
it,
for putting that in now.
are you giving me my own column?
Yeah, AV
Cool.
on the far right. If Harlow
Well,
wants to put in his own comments on picks too, he's free to do so too.
Mikazu, yeah, I'll put her as like a fill minus because she's older, but she's not over that 20-year mark yet
Not yet, no. Or 10-year mark, yeah.
or 10-year mark. So
She's as old as Theo.
it's
Natalia.
2007. So yeah, she'd be just coming into her 10th season. Or no, she just coming into her ninth season. So yeah, she's not over that 10-year mark yet, so she could still be a good filler for somebody.
Yeah. Fill or pass plus.
Yeah, I'll put her as a fill minus. I think she could still be worth something to somebody that needs, I mean, even just a backup center, um, or
I
a
agree.
backup power forward.
Either way, she's still pretty good.
Almost,
Hey.
actually, looking at her, I'm almost tempted to give her a small offer with Hawaii just as a backup.
If you want to.
Because I just need some bench depth, and she might give me that. Trade one otter for another. Get rid of Gary Ridge and bring in Ziggler.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Apparently, Hawaii likes otters.
Oh, I
You love
remember something. Betsy, I think I remember something you really loved.
Oh,
Early on Clooney's story, he had the hots for Mika Sigler.
Did he?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, I
but
remember
very
that.
yes, but
Oh
very
yes,
early,
I remember that. I remember that.
very early in the story.
Still, though, I mean, that's not that far back. I mean, Scooney's
That
only in his
could,
third year, so that could
I'd
be
bet,
interesting.
Betsy do it.
Yep.
I say that could create some internal turmoil within Scoons. That would be interesting to see.
That could be very interesting. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, but
I'll have to
are
consider
you are
it.
you are you really gonna do that with now that he has a girlfriend?
Oh, she can be an evil bitch if she wants to.
Well, I mean, even without that factor, like I said, she might add some bench depth
Yeah, that
to my
too.
backcourt
She
because
can be
I,
evil if she wants to.
because well, and I don't have a really good bench center at the time. Is she tall enough? Yeah, she'd be an okay center. She's 6'11". She wouldn't be huge, but I mean, Scooney played a center for a year, and he's not very tall either.
There you go.
So might be worth it. I'll keep her in mind.
All right.
That's the nice thing about this, though, is most of these characters, like, you don't want to like sit going through the wiki all day all by yourself looking at these characters. Or at least I don't.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the advantage of this thing. This is just sort of a flat up instead
Yeah.
of, oh, hey, people having to look through. This is us going through and say, our subjective opinion, this is how we think they should be.
Yeah.
Yep. Next up, we have Nathan Robinson.
318 minutes.
He's he's not. I would probably put him as a
Below
pass.
average, below average.
He was a 2009 draft pick, picked up 14th overall by the Biloxi Mud Puppies.
Oh yeah, I remember Nathan Robinson. I would
6'11", 216 pounds. I'm gonna put him as a pass. I don't think he's ever played well in any part of his career.
I'm gonna say
I almost never played him in San Jose.
I didn't play him
I
in
only-
Winnipeg much either, and
I only wanted him because I tried to get rid of an old center
yeah,
in Tallahassee, and I sent him back away. And when I coached San Jose, they traded some centers and got the old center that I hate. And I said I want him out. I want out of this center, and they would trade with Winnipeg.
yeah. I mean, he was a rookie all-star in 2010, but
Otherwise-
I would put him as a pass. I don't think he's worth spending a ton of money on.
the next one I would say consider for retirement. Sheila Andrews. She was drafted in 2002.
Oh yeah, she's quite old, and she's 7 feet tall and 276 pounds. So
I
I
think
mean,
she hasn't-
she's probably got
has-
DQ knees by this point.
She hasn't played. I think she hasn't played even before Williams would pick her up.
She
Because
played
I
with
think
the
she had-
Newark Pride apparently from when she was
And then,
drafted.
and then had a big gap of time in free agency. She was only recently picked up.
No, she was drafted 2002 to Newark Pride. The
But-
Pride got rid of her in 2014. Then she went to Williamsburg for a year, and then she went to Seattle from there.
I
I'm
thought
gonna
she
say
had
probably
like
the thing to keep in mind: 20% field goal percentage.
Ouch. I would put her as a pass minus or an
I'm gonna
avoid.
put her as an avoid.
avoid.
If we're talking about an older player that is not
Hmm.
going to get you anything offensively, and defense is not fantastic, because she's only
She
going
is
to get
definitely
worse.
one that should be retired. I would
Yep.
say.
Because she's only going to get
Bye-
worse.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, yeah. Next one I really like Sherman Downward.
He was went undrafted
He's in
in the 2011
he's-
draft.
Yep, and he's he's in Texas.
228 minutes.
He was
He has-
picked up by Santa Ana.
Is he or was he a starter?
He
Bench
he
1
was
to
a-
3.
he was a starter like 2 years ago and did really well as a starter, but we got the rookies in and they overshadowed him.
Yeah, he
Right.
spent 11 games as a backup, 21 games as the bottom of the bench.
Good size for a big furry 6'11", 275.
I don't think he's-
42% field goal percentage, so it's just under average.
I don't think he's
Offensive
that
range
old.
not.
I don't think
That's
he's that
mainly because
old.
lower bench. He was drafted in 2011,
So he's not very old.
undrafted.
Yeah,
I'd
he's
put him
5
as
years
maybe-
old. 5 years in the league.
I'd say pass plus, filler minus for
Yeah, I'm
him
gonna put
because,
pass plus. I would put filler if it wasn't for the fact his offensive rating is only 71.
well, to be fair, he was on the bench and in the deeper in the regular reserves, the bottom two player positions most of the year. So I'd say filler minus for that one.
Even still, it's like
He could still
it
come
might
out.
be Sara still swing because of low play times and whatnot, but I would want that to be a little higher for me to give him a
Yeah,
filler.
if he were on another team in like the higher bench, I would say give him a filler plus. But if anywhere else, I'd say filler minus because yeah, he could still start. He could probably still play really good on the upper bench and the top three bench. But I would say yeah, filler minus is where he should be at. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I say filler.
He's also a
I'll
chill
keep
guy.
him as a pass plus.
Yeah,
Sonia Tinker.
and her Hummer.
She's from the 2011 draft class, was selected 43rd overall by the Winnipeg Voyageurs.
1,000
She's
minutes, 50% field goal percentage at 1,000 minutes. That's really good. And yet only 96 offensive rating. Well, she get what tons of turnovers? Not really. Not sure why her offensive rating is as low as it is. Because 61 turnovers in
she was
1,000
on.
minutes.
She's from Pittsburgh. Could that be why?
Yeah, because Pittsburgh has like Tolliver, Shirley, and all these good
Somebody's
shooters.
probably stealing the points from her.
Well, that's not so much
Yeah.
offensive rating. Offensive
True,
rating
yeah.
doesn't take into consideration of time. It's just saying, okay, it's all your offensive stats.
Well,
And
she's a starter too, so
No, I don't think she is. I think she's more of a high bench.
she spent 54
Oh,
games
and
as a backup.
54
she's
games. Oh, then she's a
she's an emergency starter. She's not starting a lot, but when Freewell went down because Glasky, she got the
yeah. She stepped up. Yeah.
Did get 2 double doubles, but as a backup.
I know. And Stevie did.
Mm,
I know that Stevie did nominate her as her top pick for Sixth Fruit of the Year. Around,
Okay.
not this year, I think last year.
Yes, I think that's correct.
and she's only been in the league 5 years, so
I'm gonna
maybe
put a
a.
fill.
I would put her as a fill. I would say.
I'd
Definitely
say
worth a fill. Good offensive power forward. Not fantastic. Well, actually, not bad defensive rating. So
well, then I'll go Phil also. Actually, I took a look at that. I'm like, yeah, Phil.
Susan, skip. 25 minutes.
Okay. She's not very old. She's only 2010 draft class, picked 48th overall by the Stanislaus Thrust.
Trust.
Unknown. Only 25 minutes.
Vic Hockner.
Vic Hockner. Who the fuck is Vic?
Pelican plays for
What?
Baltimore
Yeah.
currently.
It was the only move that Kingsley did as Baltimore GM, and apparently was brilliant because he immediately got player of the game and good rebounds and good stuff.
He was from the 2013 draft class, went undrafted. Picked up in 2016 by the Baltimore Spirits out of restricted free agency, 7'1", 243 pounds.
Underwood College too.
I think he was in the D League, and he was very good at the D League.
We'll take a look what college he's from.
Above average field goal rating. 49%. So
He was a late pickup this year, so his numbers might be wonky.
How are you doing the D League?
I'll probably go Phil minus for this one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I'm actually going to go more Phil plus because of the 31% rebounds.
I think I would say filler in average.
I think we all
For
agree
teams
that.
that
I'm gonna go Phil minus. I've got other criteria I'm looking at with these other than their stats, but because I look at creator and creator activity because that's becoming something more important in creating good characters or in strong players, I should say.
Oh,
Not
he-
Yeah.
he's only one of the two players that is property of Lucas Ivonin.